what does modeling success and doing it successfully stands for to you?
Modeling success successfully
Hmm. And doing it successfully,
and doing
yes.
it successfully.
Yes.
It's a good it's aligned with itself.
Hmm.
You know, you made it's a good point in becoming successful, but then it's how, like, are you clear again? Successfully, the word successfully, just all it means is being clear on
Hmm.
success
Yep.
and doing success successfully. Right, that was the other part.
Hmm.
Is again consistency. So
Right
the
on.
way I read that is the word successfully under modeling success, it's clarity. The second part is consistency. But I think it's phenomenal.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. And yes, and it's very similar to what it's meant to be. What it's meant to be is just modeling after someone is not enough. You need to make sure you're modeling it successfully. And the best people that do that is Chinese. They copy everything as far as items go. And that's not,
True.
I'm not throwing any shade. That was not meant with any negativity. That's pure positivity from a business point of view.
That's very true. That's a
Yeah.
very good point.
There's a reason why China is successful at the moment
Hmm.
and supplying the rest of the world is
Yep.
because it's easier to copy someone than stay innovative.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? There's only so many new things you can come up that 8 billion people didn't think of. So that's the one key element. I notice what China is doing and it's working. And in my opinion, if a big country can do it, an individual, one person can do it also. Why? Because, for example, if someone wants to open a bakery, for example, a small local business bakery, if you want to get into a bakery business, clearly you're into it. That means you've been to many bakeries before. Why don't you go check out what you like in different bakeries, the way they set up the customer service or the signs or the menus, wherever it is, and model it with your own touch up on it and create something. If someone is doing something and it's successful, and if you can model that, best believe you're going to be successful too, in
Be
business
innovative.
speaking. So, yeah, exactly. Being innovative, obviously, that's going to be the hardest route. And a lot of people prefer that. I personally always have a bad habit of taking the hard route. But lately, I've understood that. In order to go from level number one to level number two, you need to be able to not let go or stop doing. This is where the confusion was for me, where I got clarity at, and it allowed me. You need to be able to delegate to the right people
Hmm.
so it can get done, so you can move on to it. You need to let go of it. But people think, I personally thought if I let go of what I'm doing right now, it'll go to mess because I thought no one's gonna be able to do as good as me, you know?
Wow, this is interesting.
Yeah. So, but in order for me to go do that, I need to let go of what I'm doing. People think letting go of is losing. It's not losing. You're just delegating to the people, hopefully, who can do it better than you. And that's the difference lies from leaders. They always choose people to do the job they need to do who are better than at it than they are. That's Patrick David's success, which is why, like Pat brought Tom to the Valuetainment. Tom, Tom, that guy is a genius, all brains.
Phenomenal. Isn't he
You know what?
amazing?
I love Tom and Patrick together. I feel like, dude, please talk, please talk. I'm just here listening.
Just
Like
listening. Let me hear.
they don't waste your time. Just knowledge, experience, one after another, and that's so inspiring and educational.
Man, brother, we have a convention coming up in August. We need to talk about that.
Hey, there you
Where
go. There
Patrick
was
Tom should be there. Absolutely.
That's amazing. I was at Patrick's convention over here in Burbank a few years back. He was on actually Instagram Live, and I happened to be there, and I have a
That's
quick
awesome.
video on it. Yeah, so I'm trying to basically connect. As a matter of fact, right now I'm speaking with Pat's sister's husband. He wasn't in town, so I'm trying to have him on our podcast. I know he
That
has a
would
lot
be
to offer too.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy too.
Oh,
So
very.
I feel
Mhm.
like we're linked up. And to be honest with you,
That'd be amazing.
this is between you and I, Calvin. Don't tell anybody.
I
But
won't.
we're on.
David. By
My
the way,
girl. Uh huh.
David said something. He said, "Who's Pat and Tom?"
Patrick,
We're-
but David and Tom. Go ahead, please.
oh no, I was just gonna say. I think David can wait till he's on there on the podcast.
Ah,
But
there
let's
you
just say
go.
Patrick has been a great influence in our lives. It's also been an influence to the world, the way we look at things.
Hmm.
But again, you can follow Patrick on Instagram as well at Valuetainment on YouTube, and I think you can cover that as well.
Yes, yes, valuetainment, exactly.
But what were you
And
going to say? I'm curious to know what you were going to say.
what was the topic?
You said something about just between you and me.
Oh yeah, just between you and me, the conferences Pat's having in these amazing places that people want to vacation at. That's one of my many short goals on a side, so I can do extra good in my business, so I can
Mm.
be able to afford that and be there and rub elbows with the people that I enjoy listening to on my personal time
I
in
think the
person.
ball is coming up too.
Yeah, the
Right, the ball
vault is
conference. Yep.
exactly. And
Yep.
so that's my short goal, to be so successful in my personal business so I can be able to position myself around them.
Now, one thing I would say
Hmm.
is if you're not successful to the point where, let's just say, you can't comfortable. Remember, in life, there's sacrifices we have to make,
Hmm.
right? And this is how I look at it. When you're investing into yourself, even if you would say, I don't really have the money right now,
Hmm.
the meetings you attend, the conferences you attend, the books you read, the people you're around make you. And ask yourself, what if this convention, what if this meeting changed the way my podcast runs, the way my businesses run? And because I'm letting this or paper define that, I won't be able to be accessible to that meeting. It's how bad do you want it? It's
Hmm.
not the building the money, having this type of it's not that. It's investing into yourself. It's going to the meetings regardless if it's far away. It's going to the meetings regardless if the rain or shine. It doesn't, if you don't have the income, figure it out. That's what it is.
There you go. That's a driver of itself.
Because those meetings can change your business, they can change your life. Because that's what it did for me. It took one meeting, it took two, three, it only takes one meeting, it only takes one conference for your mind to change, for you to think differently, to execute differently. You won't change overnight. I'm not saying that. But that one meeting can make you realize what you need to change. So in the future, in time, you become a better person, your business is better, your relationships are better, you have better connections with your business partners, just because of one meeting. One meeting can change your life forever. That's basically what I cover. So, brother, I
That's awesome.
challenge that
That's
you
awesome.
attend.
That's awesome. Challenge accepted.
I can't wait.
That's awesome. And Calvin, we're actually we're overtime. We're way past. We were shooting to do about an hour, but the conversation is so good, so firing. I do not personally want to end it. However, I understand we all got lives to attend to, and it is a Sunday at the end of the day. So I want to thank you very much for making this time, brother. It was a pleasure doing a podcast with you. It was a pleasure sharing ideas and vision and goals, and I wish you nothing but the best in the life that you and I are sharing. It's a blessing of
Yes.
throughout the history and everything. Look at us, of 8 billion people, we happen to be doing this right now. That's a
Mhm.
blessing of within itself. That's just how I see things. And I want to thank you for actually being able to make this happen, because it takes two to tango. If you weren't able to be on top of your affairs, you wouldn't be able to plan accordingly, and this might have easily not happened. So I want to thank you for being such a stud. And that's a word Patrick but David uses, so I'm going to give
Yes.
the credit to him. I'm not even gonna try to say that's not a word. That's his word, but I like it enough, and I like to use it because it is modeling success successfully at the end of the day.
I
so,
love it. I
so,
love it.
ladies and gentlemen,
Good
if
person to
those
model, by the way.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to go in the description section of this podcast. Calvin's direct link to his YouTube channels is over there to highlight, copy it, paste it in a new tab, subscribe to his channel. I understand there is not much for there to see, but Calvin, is there stuff coming on YouTube?
Yes, there is. There's actually stuff we're
Awesome.
working on right now. But in the meantime, they can follow me on Instagram
Please go
at
ahead.
Calvin Lomeli. You can do that. But there is a lot of stuff coming on YouTube, and I'm super excited to start releasing it. It's already being worked on. We're just gonna go ahead and do the releasing part. But yes, I'm
That's
very excited to
wonderful.
see what.
That's wonderful. So there you go, guys. Even more of a reason to give that encouragement and push that we all need to see day-to-day basis. You know the saying, high tide raises all boats. So if we support one another, help one another out, and like Elon Musk said, instead of throwing baby showers, why don't we throw business showers? If someone's opening a business, go over there. If you're a photographer, if you're a videographer, if you're an editor, if you're a media person, or if you have big pull on Instagram, one picture is going to bring 500 people over there. Help one another out,
Mm-hmm.
because if we're helping one another out, it doesn't matter what level, we all rise together. And that's what this podcast is about. And I appreciate you for being here, Calvin.